Welcome to Good Morning Keys on Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5.
And good morning, Keys. It is Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5. The talk of the Keys, the 3rd of August already. And indeed, it is a busy time. We're almost to school time as well. How about that? The summer is almost over. That's hard to believe. We had lobster mini season last week. Lots of people in town and a successful lobster mini season and a safe one, which is most important. We're going to say good morning to Mayor Danise Henriquez, Mayor of the City of Key West, with us this morning. Good morning, Mayor.
Good morning, Michael. Happy Monday.
And happy Monday to you. I hope you had a good weekend. I know it's been a busy time.
It's been a very busy time. Very warm, very hot, but I cannot believe we're already in August. But like you said, school's getting ready to start. All the moms and dads and family members are buying stuff for school and school shopping and school supplies. So it's a busy time right now.
It is indeed. Well, we've got a very busy week upcoming as well, starting with Meet with the Mayor today at 2 o'clock.
That is correct. So before I have my Meet the Mayor today between 2 and 4, we're going to have our agenda review this morning. So I'm going to have my agenda review this morning with our city manager to go over the commission meeting, which is going to be on Thursday. And then we'll have the Meet the Mayor from 2 to 4. So I always look forward to Mondays from 2 to 4 to talk with people and answer any questions that people may have. So looking forward to that.
Absolutely. Opportunity for people to have a one-on-one with the mayor, have your issues and questions addressed directly by the mayor. So that is at City Hall today at 2 o'clock, as it typically is the case on Mondays. And you mentioned the agenda review, Mayor. That means we have a city commission meeting coming up. That will be on Thursday.
That is correct. But before we get to Thursday, tomorrow, the Key West Chamber of Commerce in the city of Key West will be hosting the business roundtable here in the city hall, here at City Hall in the chambers. It'll be from 11:30 to 1:30. So please, if you're thinking on coming or are coming and you haven't RSVP'd yet with Carrie Baker, please call her at the chamber office. I'm sure she has a cutoff time, probably sometime today, and so that way she'll be prepared for tomorrow. I know there will be a light lunch and some drinks there during the session. So looking forward to the workshop. The city staff is ready to answer any questions that they may have. And I'm looking forward to that workshop tomorrow. And then tomorrow evening from 5:30 to 7:30 is the National Night Out at the Truman Waterfront Park. There's going to be military displays, Key West and County Fire Rescue, the city Key West Police Department, the Sheriff's Department, other law enforcement agencies, and much, much more. So please come on out, 5:30 to 7:30, Truman Waterfront Park. It's a national night out. So looking forward to that. I'm going to take my grandkids out there because, of course, they love all the fire trucks and police cars and all of that. So taking them out there. And then, as you mentioned, Thursday is the city commission meeting starting at 9 a.m. And then the evening session will be at 5 p.m. So we could talk about a couple things that I've already kind of looked at the agenda and went through it already, but we'll have, like I said, my agenda review this morning with our city manager. So a couple things that are going to be on there is amending rules of procedures for city commission meetings by amending section 4 in reference to public comments, approving the addendum to the agreement with All Aspects Inspection Services, designating the firm as the primary provider for the chief building official and inspection, and that'll be for the remainder of the 2026 fiscal year, so that we can ensure that there's nothing interrupted building official inspection services for the city of Key West and the building department. We're going to have two accommodations for Allison Crean and Karen Olson on their retirement. So good. I'm happy for them, sad for us here at the city, but they're going to retire in the next couple weeks. And then there'll be a recycling status update from Keely Kessler with our recycling coordinator. I always look forward to hearing her presentation. She always has some great things to talk about. And then item 27, adopting a policy governing the naming and renaming and co-naming of any of the buildings. So Commissioner Velez put that item on the agenda, so I'm sure there'll be some discussions about that. And then also in the evening session, we'll be doing a proclamation for Fausto's 100th year anniversary. It's amazing how they have been in business for 100 years throughout their family lifetime. So we'll have a proclamation for them. And then also couple other things. Item number 30 is approving the attached interlocal agreement between the City of Key West and the Housing Authority. And that's in reference to temporary housing accommodations for our on-duty Key West Fire Department personnel during the construction of the replacement of Fire Station 3. So I'm sure there'll be discussion about that. And Commissioner Lee has a discussion on e-bikes and e-bike enforcement. So I know that the Board of County Commissioners are going to have something on their agenda as well for potential ordinance and changes. So I'm really hoping that we can get some teeth in there for our e-bikes. And let's see, what else do we have? Item number 37, abolishing the Key West Parks and Recreation Advisory Board. And so we'll rename it as the Public Input on Parks and Rec. So what they'll do is they'll have public input on parks and recreation matters, and it'll be hosted by the Parks and Recs department. So it won't be a board, so there will be some discussion about possibly abolishing that. And also, let's see what else. Evening discussion will be the City Commission will discuss the Property Management Department protocols for regular inspections on leased commercial property. So we don't have a lot of agenda items, but there are some items that will have lots of discussion. So please come on by. Like I said, it starts at 9 a.m. and the evening session starts at 5. And to get further information and all of the backup, please go to our city website, go to the agenda, and they'll give you all the information that you need there.
Mayor Danise Henriquez, Mayor of the City of Key West, with us on Good Morning Keys. And it's the September meeting, I believe, whereby the budget will be considered for approval. Is that right?
That is correct. September 10th, I believe, will be our next meeting for the budget. So I know our finance department is working very diligently and trying to look at some more reductions to be able to present it to us. So yes, I look forward to the September 10th meeting to be able to discuss any changes that we have within our budget. So Friday is early bird cleanup, and that's going to be hosted by the Key West Junior Football League, located in the parking lot of Duck and Glen Archer Street or Road, I believe. They have always wanted to give back because they feel that everyone gives to them in the community with their sponsorships and the concession stands and so forth. So they want to give back. So they're sponsoring this Friday's plogging. So looking forward to that. And then Saturday is a Key West Lobster Fest. So the streets will be closed, 100 block to the 500 block of Duval Street and Green Street and Telegraph Lane. So beginning at 9 a.m., the streets will be closed till about midnight. So please come on down. There'll be lots of great things down there, arts and food and lobster. And so we look forward to going down to the Lobster Fest on Saturday. So
yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I was just going to say 28th annual Lobster Fest, apparently.
Yes. It's we're excited. So lots going on this week. So like I said, if you didn't catch everything that we were able to discuss right now, please go to our city website and you'll be able to click on the calendar and look at all the things that are going on in our city this week.
There's a lot there. City of Key West-fl.gov is where you find out more. As Mayor Danise Henriquez with us on Good Morning Keys. Well, you did a very complete and detailed and succinct summary of what's happening in the city this upcoming week. So we thank you for that, Mayor. Is there anything else that we should mention at this particular time?
Oh, no, I'll just put a plug in for the Supervisor of Elections office. Today starts early voting.
Yes.
So anybody can go down there, I believe from 8:30 to 5, and it'll be for the next 2 weeks. So We'll put a nice little plug in for the supervisor of elections.
Yes, I was going to mention that. It is August 3rd. That is the start of early voting. So it is time for people to get involved and engaged. And thank you for that mention. So, Mayor, I know you have a busy day and a busy week to get to. I'm sure we will see you very soon. But thank you so much for visiting with us again this morning.
Well, you have a wonderful week and be safe out there.
Yes, indeed. You do the same. Thank you. Take care.
Thank you.
Yes, Mayor Danise Henriquez with us, Mayor of the City of Key West. Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5. The Talk of the Keys, going to have a warm one, as the mayor did mention, looking at 86 degrees right now. And we're on our way to 92 with a slight chance of a shower or a thunder shower. 20% chance of those today and tomorrow. Wednesday goes up to a 60% chance of showers, so we could have some wet weather. We'll be right back with more of Good Morning Keys in just a moment.
Are you frustrated by weight gain even though you constantly diet? Do you have low energy or always feel tired? It could be hormonal imbalance. Hormonal imbalances, especially as we age, can be the cause of depression, weight gain, mood swings, decreased libido, and many other chronic conditions. At Keys Med Spa, we have helped thousands of women and men regain their hormonal balance with BioT, bioidentical hormone optimization therapy, and the results are life-changing. Keys Med Spa BioT hormone therapy is safe, effective, painless, and affordable. And the big difference at Keys Med Spa, this is all overseen by renowned Dr. Peterson, who has had a medical practice in the Keys for over 27 years. Cool sculpting, Botox, skin treatments, BioT hormone therapy, and more. Dr. Peterson and his team are here to help you maintain your youthful glow and vitality. To see if BioT hormone therapy is right for you, call Keys Med Spa today at 305-587-9183.
If you're on vacation to relax and have fun, we have an app for that. The Greenhouse carries products that can help you reconnect with your inner child, dance with confidence, reduce stress, and we have others that'll help you relax with a good night's sleep.
Whether you're a cannabis connoisseur or just canna curious, our team of highly trained bud tenders are here to help you reach all your vacation goals.
Just dance your way into one of our many locations and share your goals with one of our highly trained bud tenders. All product recommendations come with a money-back guarantee, no medical card needed. You just have to be 21 or older.
I tried the Greenhouse Guarantee, 100% satisfaction or your money back, and I'm still smiling.
The Greenhouse. We spell it with 3 E's so that you can't say it without smiling. If smiling is your goal today, then type the word green with 3 E's into your browser and find the Greenhouse that's closest to you.
Stop on by and say hi.
We're up and down the Florida Keys and other parts of South Florida.
Hey Key West, Danny Hughes here from Two Friends. Really from Two Friends. So Maura and I were sitting at breakfast in the bar listening to live music at 8:30 a.m. on a Tuesday. She's about to enjoy some huevos rancheros and me shrimp and grits with fried oysters. Heart healthy. And Maura says, Dorothy, we're not in Kansas anymore. It was perfect because we didn't move here because Key West is like a lot of other places. We moved here because it isn't like any other place on earth. So meet your friends or make your friends at Two Friends, 512 Front Street in Old Town Key West or twofriends.com.
The voice of Monroe County, yours. This is Good Morning Keys on Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5.
Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5. The Talk of the Keys. Busy Monday morning. We actually are going to speak with the sheriff a little bit early this morning in order to accommodate a promotion. Actually, 4 promotions within your department, sir. Congratulations to those who are advancing, and we want to recognize them quickly as well. But good morning, Sheriff Ramsay.
Hey, good morning, Michael. I appreciate you changing the time frame. Yes. Exciting day for MCSO. We are going to be promoting 4 outstanding officers. 3 new sergeants and 1 new lieutenant, a station commander. So that's a big, exciting day here for the team. We're going to have a full house as we do promotions. We do them in an open setting, trying to make sure everyone can partake. So it's with 4 different promotions at one time. It'll be a busy, full house here at MCSO. And I think our air conditioning is not working. So it's going to make it interesting times for that as well. They just called me this morning and said the AC's out. I said, all right, that's going to be a tough day.
Oh, that is. Well, oh, goodness. I'm sure that everyone will one way or another persevere, and congratulations to those officers and deputies and personnel being promoted today. That's a milestone, so that's great. We appreciate their service and everybody at MCSO. Well, we had a West Palm Beach, Florida man arrested On August 1st, driving recklessly, US 1, striking a motorcycle, threatening law enforcement officers. He was busy doing all the wrong things. Consequently charged with DUI, assault on a enforcement officer, threatening to kill a law enforcement officer. And this all kind of started by striking an off-duty deputy's motorcycle at a gas station and then fled.
Yeah, I don't think this is the smartest person in the world. This is, about 12:30 in the morning at a gas station, Alamrada 82-mile marker. They had the motorcycle was there, owned by an off-duty deputy, and a vehicle came in and struck it. And then after striking it, took off, fled. And we got reports of it right away. We went out trying to put a bowl, be on the lookout for. And we did eventually locate it. And then we did get the person stopped. Person from West Palm was very angry, very combative, and actually was resisting officers. He was intoxicated and ultimately went to jail for DUI. But during that time, made death threats to kill officers and said he's going to kill them and their families. So this is a crime. You can't make those threats, whether you mean them or not, whether you plan on backing them up or not. We always say we take every threat serious. We've got to take every set of something someone says a threat and believe that they're willing to back it up. So we did get multiple charges for the DUI, for the leaving the scene of accident, property damage, for threatening to kill police officers. So just not the smartest guy. And he's where he needs to be at the Rick Ramsay Bed and Breakfast. So we're going to take care of him and house him here in Key West for a while.
Yeah, absolutely, as he should be. Sheriff Rick Ramsay, Sheriff of Monroe County on Good Morning Keys. Well, we have a number of cases from last week, but also not many cases involving the lobster mini season. You had all hands on deck, a great coordinated interagency effort among a number of different personnel, first responders, and law enforcement, of course, including the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. And as a result of a lot of preparation and hard work, there were, to my knowledge, no fatalities or major accidents. A couple of missing persons were found subsequently, but all in all, a successful and safe mini season.
Yeah, thank you for highlighting that for sure. We always talk about the partnerships, and they're so critical for not only suppression of crime, and solving crime, but here just as well, our friends in FWC, Coast Guard, Sheriff's Office, Key West Police, Naval Air Station, Key West, all working together to make sure this is a safe weekend event. And historically, we do have, a boat strike, propeller strike, drowning, something severe, trauma related. But this year, we're so happy to report that it was a safe season. We had nobody seriously injured. There was no trauma alerts, no boat strikes, no propeller strikes, no drownings. We just had a couple of missing divers that got separated from their boat that had to go out on day one. There was 3 divers that were on scuba tank, and the boat above them and the divers below got separated. By the time the divers surfaced, there was no boat. The boat did call the Sheriff's Office, report them as missing divers. We contacted all our partner friends, and they were missing for about 2 hours before being located by FWC. And then the next day, same thing, missing diver, person jumped in the water, set the anchor, was never seen again for about an hour. And we were contacted about that missing person. And again, all team partners got together, spoke with the Coast Guard captain a couple of times over the weekend and during the mini season. Again, about an hour later, FWC located that diver drifting. So 4 missing divers were located unharmed. So that's a successful day. And no boat crashes, no major incidents on the highways. So I think it was a busy mini season, but probably one of the safest, most uneventful mini seasons I've seen in a really long time. So that's a success from all the partners.
Yeah, and the weather cooperated as well, so that didn't cause any additional unknowns as well. So that was helpful. But again, a lot of preparation and planning goes into making sure that it's a successful mini season. So thank you again to Monroe County Sheriff's Office and all the other agencies who participated in making it safe and successful. We had a gentleman, we'll call him that, loosely said, 18-year-old from Big Pine Key. He rolled over his vehicle and it went into the mangroves. He got out of the car, luckily was not injured, and he was the sole occupant, but he refused medical attention, acting erratic, including walking into traffic on US 1. A deputy pulled him out of the way, and then he struggled with that deputy, so a number of charges are ensuing.
Well, this is a case of alcohol, inability to operate a car due to alcohol and poor decisions because of alcohol. So this is an adult 18-year-old male, but a minor when it comes to alcohol drinking. So we have a rollover accident about the 19-mile marker. It's a single vehicle. It's witnessed by witnesses who see the vehicle just prior, swerving left, swerving right in the north and southbound lanes before ultimately rolling a Jeep over. We get called. We get on scene to find the individual out of the vehicle, but very combative and just really angry and running around, and won't listen to officers, using all kinds of foul language. And some point in time is in the middle of the road with a truck oncoming. A patrol sergeant has to grab him, literally drag him, pull him out of the road before he get hit by the truck. He becomes extremely violent with the officer, who probably just saved his life. Starts thrashing, elbowing, fighting. It turns into a scuffle where now the sergeant is on the ground, scruffling and fighting around with this 18-year-old drunk. Another officer has to intervene and get involved as well. We ultimately do get this 18-year-old kid arrested, handcuffed, and secured, and have to get him some medical attention, some abrasions on his face from rolling around on the ground. And we did ultimately charge him with a DUI, or FHP. Did FHP charge him with DUI and refusal, and we charged him with the battery on a law enforcement officer and the resisting charges. So he's got charges from 2 different law enforcement agencies. Again, just a poor decision, drinking alcohol, not knowing your limits, and drinking and driving, and bad things arise when you do that type of stuff.
It's true. Well, every action has a reaction, and some consequences for your actions as well. So Sheriff Rick Ramsay with us, Sheriff of Monroe County on Good Morning Keys. And we sometimes forget, at least you don't, but others do, that we have part of Monroe County that's a little bit separated from us up on the mainland near the Everglades or in the Everglades. And when crime or other incidents happen, it's incumbent upon your office to spring into action there as well. Well, we had a suicide in the Everglades here as of late, and you have more details than I on that one.
Yeah, this is a unusual thing to have to do work in Everglades National Park there. We got to leave Monroe. We have to drive almost an hour to get there to start doing something. There are about 15 residents that actually have homes out there, but also it is a park, so a lot of people go out there to enjoy the Everglades, which is beautiful. But sometimes people go out there and are depressed and drinking and kill themselves, unfortunately. And then we have to deal with that and respond out there. A 70-year-old male was out there by himself, had a campsite, had a rented kayak, apparently left and wasn't seen again for a period of time. Rangers called and said he was missing. Our friends in Miami-Dade County Air Rescue were contacted as well, and the Rangers were looking for him. We couldn't find him. Eventually, Air Rescue did find what appeared to be a male leaning against a tree, which appeared to be non-responsive. But they couldn't land. They were out of fuel, had to go back and get fuel. Ultimately, when he was contacted, it appeared to be he was deceased with a self-inflicted gunshot wound. There was empty bottles of alcohol at the campsite where he left from. He was about 480 yards from the campsite where he had a kayak to this little bluff and got on the shoreline. So sad. Again, probably an alcohol-related decision. Heavily intoxicated and made the ultimate decision to take his life. So sad as that is, but it also shows the difficulties of us having to patrol or deal with issues that occur in the park in Everglades, which again, we have to leave Monroe County jurisdiction here in the Keys to drive an hour to get there, to get back in Monroe County proper to do those type of work. So they're very challenging. There's no radio communications there. There's no real receptions. There's no ability to get back up or any type of resources. So anytime we have to deal with something out there, it is a challenge for the sheriff's office.
Yes, it is. Well, Sheriff, we also have a missing boater as of late, and maybe you can update us on that from that local standpoint.
Yeah, this is the missing boater on a 26-foot Edgewater boat with twin engines. It's got some type of wrap on it. It says some type of marine. It's a part of a construction company down here in the Keys. Apparently early in the morning, the male wanted to use the boat and asked another coworker, "Hey, do you think the boss would mind if I took the boat?" And the guy said, "Yeah, he'd be very pissed off. Don't take the boat." But he took the boat anyway. And then he left with the boat. We were contacted hours later by the owner, who wanted to press charges ultimately and reported the boat as stolen, but also missing with the family of missing persons. Been gone for a couple of days now at this point in time. He was last seen, like around noon off a marathon by a boat ramp doing circles at about 5 or 6 hours after the boat was taken. Estimated to have about 100 gallons of fuel on board. I spoke to the Coast Guard captain about this as well. A SAR, search and rescue mission, has been implemented by United States Coast Guard. We are dealing with the potential criminal aspect of the fact that it was taken without the permission of the owner for criminal charges. So there is a first and foremost, the safety and well-being of the individual is the number one concern of everybody involved. But it's a big geographic AOR area responsibility to try to find a boat, whether it be in the Atlantic or the Gulf. We don't know how far out. We don't know at this point in time where the boat's at. Did he run out of fuel, somewhere offshore or on the Gulf? So it's, concerning for the well-being, again, of the operator, because he's going to be out there so long without food and whatever else. And so we are working it with our partners. And it's kind of a mystery at this point in time. The family's been in contact with Coast Guard, Sheriff's Office, obviously very concerned, the sister and mother for him as well, and the boss. So we got a lot of people calling about this, and right now we're still trying to locate this individual and recover the boat and hope that everyone's okay.
Yes, indeed. We share that sentiment as well. It's Sheriff Rick Ramsay with us, Sheriff of Monroe County. And finally, sir, we have National Night Out. We've been talking about this for a number of weeks, and it is upon us. Tomorrow, Sheriff's Office and our law enforcement, military, and community partners will host National Night Out events, upper, middle, and lower Keys for the whole family, food, refreshments, and a great chance to meet your neighbors, members of the Sheriff's Office, police departments, firefighters, and members of the military. It's part of your community outreach that you do each and every day. And it is the goal to bring the community together to discuss how we can all make our neighborhoods cleaner, safer, and more secure. Key Largo, Almirada, Marathon, and Lower Keys and Key West all have locations starting at 5:30 tomorrow.
Michael, I'm so excited about this. I just love this National Night Out. It's sort of a great opportunity to spend time with our citizens, see friends, make friends, continue to build these everlasting partnerships I talk about. So yes, we're going to be out there in full force with our team members, our partners in state, local, federal, military, fire departments. Going to be a lot of fun activities for the family and kids, food. It just is going to be a fun night, and we're really, really looking forward to this. I thank you for letting me keep highlighting it. Mm-hmm. This is so much part of our community policing, our public relations, and I just love interacting with our citizens, as you know. So this is one of the best times of year with my team members. We have a good time. The team members love coming out and interacting with the citizens. And it's a good night for all. So it'll be a lot of fun. I'll be in the Upper Keys this year. I try to rotate it because we talked about earlier, I can't be in all four at the same time. So like every other year, I'll be in Key West and I'll be in the Upper Keys. So I kind of bounced around. This year, I'll be in the Almirada, one of Founders Park, probably most of the time. So we are excited about that again. We want our listeners to come out and have a good time, have fun, bring the kids. It's a family event, and we make it a fun, family enjoyed event that people, adults and kids, all have a good time. It's a lot of things happening.
Well, as we highlighted earlier, Monroe County is a big county, even including parts of the Everglades, but it's a 2-hour drive plus from top to bottom, and it's impossible for you to be everywhere within a 2-hour time span, but you come close.
I try hard.
You absolutely do, but we'll look forward to having many people be able to, see you once again and spend time with you at National Night Out and your personnel all throughout the Keys. All your dedicated commanders and personnel come out as they always do, and it's a great time to interact with the public once again. That is tomorrow night, National Night Out. Sheriff Rick Ramsay with us, Sheriff of Monroe County. Sir, I know you have a very busy day to get to. Congratulations again to those 4 individuals who are being promoted today. Is there anything else we should mention at this time?
Well, a couple quick things real fast. I just want to say congratulations to the Sheriff's Office Traffic Enforcement Division. They just placed first in the state of Florida for an agency of 201 officers to 400. So I got a really good traffic enforcement team, and we went up against all 67 counties in that category, and we placed first last week in Orlando at the championship event. So I'm proud of my team members for that. That's a big achievement for them. Yes, sir. And as well, I just got back from Pittsburgh. I was up Pennsylvania in your area, and I was up there with the jail, my Bureau of Corrections team. We were up for re-accreditation and our national accreditation. Our jail is state and nationally accredited through ACA, a really big deal. And we were up there for our re-accreditation. I had to go up myself over the weekend and do a panel interview with my team before the commission. and we came out with a 100% score on our accreditation standards review. And we will be reaccredited again as a nationally recognized accredited jail system. So I'm really proud of the men and women of the Bureau of Corrections, MCSO. So that was something to talk about and a highlight for sure.
Yes,
and then
congratulations. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes,
you.
sir.
One last case was Alam Rada at a bar. It was the middle of the night. There was a guy who apparently wants some drugs really bad. He follows the guy into a bathroom, and he's demanding that the guy sells him a bag and some drugs. And the guy told him, "I don't have drugs. I don't use drugs. I don't sell drugs." And the guy was just combative and consistent and would not stop about selling him drugs. And then at some point in time, the person who was trying to buy drugs got so mad that this guy didn't have drugs, actually pulled out a .45 caliber Glock handgun, pointing in his face, demanding that he sell him the drugs or he's going to kill him. So ultimately, they did separate. And the guy who had the gun wanted to buy the drugs, continued to go back to the bar and drink. So the victim called us. We got on scene. We did contact the person who was still armed with the Glock. We did recover the weapon. We did arrest him for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. But it goes to show you still, again, here's a person who's drunk at the bar, trying to buy drugs, armed with a gun. These are difficult, challenging times for officer safety and public safety that we have to deal with. Trying to disarm an intoxicated person who's potentially threatening to kill somebody. So good job by my team members not having to use any excessive force, but same token, get this person under control and get the gun off of him and hold him accountable for making threats of violence.
Yes, well, indeed. Again, it's a dangerous job, and we are very indebted to all of your deputies and personnel who keep us safe and put themselves in harm's way each and every day. And Sheriff, had I known you were going to Pittsburgh, I would have had my son and his 3 daughters roll out the red carpet for you. But maybe next time. Hopefully they showed you some
woulda, shoulda,
hospitality.
coulda. It was a good time. So, I should have called you. So, well, Michael, thank you for your friendship partnership. I look forward. I won't see you tomorrow, but I know my team members in Key West are going to see you as you're out there and get a chance to interview, talk to my team members, and get one of them on the radio with if you want, and have a good time. And you get a chance to, as you have in the past, see some friends yourself, make some new friends, and next week we'll talk about how great it was and your experience as well as my experience.
Absolutely. Looking forward to that. As always, again, congratulations for all the rewards, accolades, accreditations, and the like as you continue to work very hard as an entire department under your leadership to keep us all safe here in Paradise. Thank you, sir. Have a wonderful day. We'll talk soon.
Take care. Bye.
Yes, sir. Bye now. It's Sheriff Rick Ramsay, Sheriff of Monroe County, Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5. The Talk of the Keys. We are back in a moment.
Let's talk trash. I'm Taylor Conrath, and my family's been taking care of your family's trash for years. In fact, we've operated Marathon Garbage Service and kept the Middle Keys clean since my great-grandpa, John Conrath, founded the company in 1950. That's a lot of years talking trash and hauling trash. And these days, we take care of your family's recyclables in addition to commercial and residential waste removal. The Conrath family and our entire team of great employees takes pride in keeping our community clean, from the north end of the 7 Mile Bridge to Craig Key. Now it's my generation of Conraths working together with my grandfather and my dad to continue the tradition and commitment started in 1950 at Marathon Garbage Service. The Conrath family is always there for your family. If you need to talk trash, just call us at 305-743-5165. That's 305-743-5165. Or visit us at 4290 Overseas Highway in Marathon and online at marathongarbageservice.com.
Step back in time. Step back into Old Town. Step into Old Town Bakery with fresh baked treats like pastries, cookies, brownies, and fresh breads made every morning. Enjoy hot and cold delicious ground coffee always brewing and handcrafted breakfast and lunch sandwiches made to order on oven fresh breads. And now Old Town Bakery features spinach mushroom feta quiche and ham and cheese quiche, delectable for breakfast or lunch by the slice. Get a whole quiche pie by ordering in-store with 24 hours advance notice. And enjoy new cream-filled croissants with chocolate or vanilla filling and award-winning fresh baked pies, including their key lime pie, voted the best in the Keys. Pick up their unique Old Town Bakery t-shirts for a friend or yourself and give the gift of deliciousness with a gift card available for purchase in-store. And their catering menu is available to make that next event memorable. Old Town Bakery on the corner of Eaton and Grinnell. Stop in or order online. OldTownBakeryKeyWest.com. Get ready to laugh out loud with the Greenhouse Giggles. Brought to you by the Greenhouse Dispensaries of Florida. Monday through Friday, it's a hand-picked lineup of timeless TV comedy that guarantees smiles, chuckles, and full-on giggles. Each episode features legendary performers like Red Skelton, Bob Hope, The Three Stooges, Betty White, George Burns, Milton Berle, Dick Van Dyke, and so many more. So catch the giggles for Greenhouse Giggles, weekdays 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. Sponsored by the Greenhouse, here on Keys Living TV.
Good morning, Keys, on Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5.
And good morning, Keys. It is Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5, the talk of the Keys, and a busy Monday morning, the 3rd of August already. It's the first day of early voting, as well as we say good morning to George Lopez. George is running for Monroe County Commissioner, District 2. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Mike, and good morning to your listeners, and I appreciate being on your show. I love your show, and honestly, it is the first day of early voting. All the folks are out there at the polling places. I'll be out there in a little bit. I'm getting ready to leave now, and expect to be at every spot, and then I'm looking forward to it, and see if the folks really want change like I keep hearing they want.
Well, that's true. Elect-George-Lopez.com, as you can find out more about what George stands for and the change that he is talking about. You're a veteran, a small business owner, family man. We've spoken before. You do support DeSantis property tax reform. Of course, that'll be on the ballot in November. But let's recap again your stance on that. That is a pillar of your platform, I believe.
Oh, yeah, that's one of the 3 pillars I have: affordability, transparency, and accountability. And that's my first one, obviously. I supported Amendment 3 is what it's called, and SJR 1, which was the initial plan, which is to remove all ad valorem taxes. However, the legislature had another plan, and they basically stepped it up from 50 to 150 to 250. And all that means is you're going to get, when we get to the final 250 mark, that means that if you have a $450,000 house, the $250,000 is going to be excluded off your tax bill. And that means you'll pay taxes, ad valorem taxes, on $200,000 instead of the full $450,000 value, which is a substantial savings. It's more than half of your property value on the ad valorem. And for all the people out there that have been told by certain people that the essential services are going to be cut, I can assure you that you're not. You're going to be paying for school. You're going to be paying for public libraries, law enforcement, and sanitation still. That's all going to be there. So your essential services are not going to be there. We are the #1 contributor of taxes for homesteaded properties in the whole state of Florida. Congratulations, Monroe, with 84 to 94,000 of population. That's a pretty good distinction, which also means that we should be rolling back the millage rate too, because our property values have ballooned so much. Just by going from 2.49 to 2.29%, we immediately inject $10 million back into the budget, another savings for the people of Monroe County. I don't believe we should increase the millage rate like others think. But anyway, it's your show. I'm here to talk about whatever you want to talk about, sir.
Well, and I appreciate that. You also stand for transparency and practical solutions. You've really highlighted a number of numbers, we'll put it that way, an analysis of things like the county budget and tax implications and that kind of thing. You had mentioned earlier that you've got some new numbers coming out. Can you maybe elaborate there?
Yeah, I when I initially got the numbers, which was in June, the other numbers for residential parcels in the United States, in Monroe County had not been publicized yet. So I gave you basically an incomplete picture. Well, I've got the pictures now. I've got the complete picture now. And out of the 43,256 residential homes in Monroe County, 16,062 are fully homesteaded properties. What that means is on 43,256 homes is that 35% of homesteaded properties are assuming the burden of 65% of non-residential homes. In other words, in services that they require. So we're still out of whack, and there's an imbalance there. That's why we need the property tax relief. That's exactly why we need the property tax relief. And you know what? It requires maybe financially tightening our belt fiscally, and then probably reallocating the TDC VFK bed tax. And some folks have said that there is no surplus. Well, per the Chamber of Commerce gentlemen, there's a surplus that's roughly $120 million sitting in a bank account. Why not put that back into the budget too? Okay. There's a budget. There's a surplus there for all the people that say there's not, because it was told to me by certain folks over in that in the chamber and some other places. And it's all there for the look, and all they got to do is ask for it. And I believe the clerk's office has that. But there's ways to do this, and there's ways not to do this. I don't think that the solution is always, let's increase the taxes by 7.7%. Let's increase the taxes by this. Let's increase the millage rate whenever there's a supposed. That 7.7%, I've done the math, is basically almost exactly what the property tax relief, because it's going to get voted in. I know I'm voting for it, and I know other people are voting for it. But we got to have people that actually support it so that we don't get sidetracked when it comes time to implement this.
Jorge Lopez, he's running for Monroe County Commissioner, District 2 on Good Morning Keys. And again, you can find out more, elect-george-lopez.com. You've talked about fiscal responsibility quite a bit as well. Maybe explain a little bit more in detail as far as how you would implement that on the county level in terms of the budget and expenses.
Well, like I said, the first thing I would do is, to be frank with everybody, I'm going to request an audit if I walk into that office day one. That's going to be my first official act. Second official act is to go through every contract that the BOCC has signed in the past 8 years. Because in the past 8 years, as you know, and that coincides with somebody's term, we've had property tax increases, we've had homestead increases, we've had insurance rate increases, we've let permits lapse for the key deer folks that shouldn't have lapsed. I mean, by God, we were only trying to renew a permit and they let it lapse. And the last permit was on June 30th. And, you know, and quit the nonsense was trying to put a commercial operation in a federally protected habitat for an endangered species of animals. I don't think that's the way to do things. All I see is whenever there's a problem is let's increase the track. We should find solutions, and there's lots of smart people in the Keys that have given me ideas. There's actually, going back to 1938 and 1954, there was a program where we actually had tolls in the Keys of visitors, a visitor toll program. Maybe we should revisit that. It could conservatively bring in about $80 million a year just by charging people, visitors, you know, just like they do in the Turnpike, you know, at that choke point where 905 and US 1 meet and then turns into US 1. You could put a toll there to help pay for the infrastructure that these people use. I know the bed and breakfast and the hotel, you know, the lobbies are up in arms about that, but it's been done before. There's precedent for it. Okay. It was a partnership with the FDOT. I don't remember what it was called back then, but it went on from 1938 to 1954. And it was for bridge reconstruction and repair due to saltwater corrosion. Guess what, Mike? We've got 5 bridges right now that are going through the same process right now. So it's been done before.
Jorge Lopez, again, he's running for Monroe County Commissioner, District 2 on Good Morning Keys. And for the residents of District 2, the Big Pine key deer is a big issue from what we've seen and heard and experienced. And you mentioned about the permit expiration there. And that is, of course, tying back into the argument for or against a CDL training facility. You have said that should not be happening there, right?
I'm 100% opposed to that. You're talking about a residential area, a natural key deer, federally protected land, and you want to slap in a commercial driving operation. I'm sorry, I don't see the logic behind it. I know that was something that was from the previous college administration, from what I understand, but I'm not for it, and neither are most of the folks in Big Pine Key. And And you know what? There's better ways to use our money. And why do we, as Keys residents, why don't we use the power of private industry? And what I mean by that, not for this, but for like workforce housing, to find alternatives. Let the private industry do it, because government does everything at a higher cost and inefficiently. And what I mean by that is let the private investor go in there instead of developers, because there's a lot of private investors that are actually doing it right now, but they don't reap any deductions or benefits for putting their own money in. And let the private industry run the part, or help run part of it, to reduce the cost on the government. That's another idea that somebody gave me, and it's actually a very valid point, because private industry does everything cheaper than the government. And if you think about it, anytime government gets involved, all the costs they're out of whack. They go north of what the budget's supposed to be. It explodes the budget. And that's kind of what we're going through right now. We have ways of doing things, or letting people do things and get the ideas and trying to implement them in there. Into the budget, to make the budget more affordable, to get money back to our residents, and quit having our residents leave the county because they can't afford it, and they really can't. And I'll use an example of change. We have Sherry Hodes, the supervisor of elections. This past year, she sat at the budget meeting, and she was under budget. The only one that was in the black out of all these great leaders that we have. Okay, and you know what? She got elected in 2024, and look what she's doing. She's lowering the budget, all because she fiscally tightened her belt. We could have the same thing. And that's why people shouldn't be afraid of the change. Bring in new ideas, bring in new perspectives on the economy, the budget, and how it affects Monroe County. And that's how you make the change, and that's how you get the budget in control.
That is George Lopez. He's running for Commissioner, District 2. He's on Good Morning Keys this morning. And as far as bringing change to the dais, et cetera, you would be, if elected, one of 5 commissioners. How do you affect change if you're bringing in new ideas as one commissioner?
I cannot decide by myself. That's a given. You're right. It takes a consensus, but I can change the conversation. I can demand audits. I can not rubber stamp everything, and I can give a full voice to the people that are outside trying to look in, because there's been no transparency the way I see it. You go to their Facebook page, you can't comment. You can't comment with them. I've never gotten a response back. But that's not fair. She's given me. My opponent has actually responded only once to me via numerous texts and via numerous voicemails that I've left her. And that's a different subject all in itself. But to be honest, we can change the conversation just by and build consensus within that group. And I'm sure of it that I could build consensus in that group.
elect-george-lopez.com, or hyphen if you prefer. It's elect-george-lopez.com is where you find out more. Early voting starts today, as we all know. Is there any final word that you would like to give to the voters as you pursue serving them as Commissioner District 2?
Yeah, I would like to say this to the folks of Monroe County. You've had 8 years of higher taxes, 8 years of increases on everything you buy. You've had lapsed permits. You've had all these things go the wrong way as a person living in the Keys. And you know what? You've got a chance, and you got a voice, and you have the ability to change that conversation on the 18th. What do you have to lose to pick the change? I've already given you some good examples of what change has done for the county. I'm George Lopez. I want to say God bless the Keys, God bless the United States of America, and God bless our troops. And I humbly ask for your vote on August 18th, because change is good. It's not something to be afraid of. And I hope I can earn your vote.
Yes, that is George Lopez running for County Commissioner District 2. And we also want to thank you as a veteran for your service to our country and for making the commitment to pursue serving our county as well. Thank you for being here as well, George, and we will certainly talk to you soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you for the opportunity. And you know what? It's been my pleasure to try and serve and try and do the right thing for everybody.
Thank you. We appreciate that. And we'll see you soon. Take care, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me on the show.
Yes, sir. Bye now. George Lopez running for Commissioner District 2 again to find out more. And as he mentioned, new numbers coming out and his analysis of the state of issues. It is elect-george-lopez.com to learn more. This is Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5. The Talk of the Keys. We return with more in a moment.
Good morning, dear. Breakfast almost ready?
In a minute. So did you happen to call someone about spalling repair for the house?
You know what? I knew I forgot something yesterday.
Honey, you know how important spalling repair is, especially here in the Keys. If that spalling damage gets any worse...
Don't worry. I'll call Design Center in Marathon.
When?
Today.
How about now?
Okay, dear. Now.
Design Center, the most efficient spalling contractor in the Keys, providing the fastest results. With over 40 years combined experience in spalling repair and a member of the International Concrete Repair Institute, Design Center can handle the largest jobs to small structures. They also handle quite a number of condominium and county projects. Mention this ad or the program you're listening to and receive 10% off your spalling repair. Visit DesignCenterFL.com or call 305-735-4042. Design Center, 6677 Overseas Highway Marathon. License number CGC 1523838. Remember, mention this ad or the program you're listening to and receive 10% off your spalling repair from Design Center.
This is Ollie North for 4-Star Rentals. 4-Star Rentals is the most complete rental store in the Keys. They can provide rental equipment for every do-it-yourself project from your house to your yard. Bobcats, chippers, chainsaws, and tile saws, you name it, they have it. They also deliver throughout the Keys. That's 4-Star Rentals. Model marker 4.5 on Stock Island. These guys are really good. That's 4-Star Rentals. Go see them soon.
Check us out. What Colonel Ollie North says is absolutely true. We're locally owned and operated. We offer a fleet of delivery trucks for fast all-in-one delivery. 4-Star Rentals is the oldest tool rental and party store in the Florida Keys. We make it easy to get that job done for that party or very special event. We're located at mile marker 4.5 in Key West, or just call us and we'll come to you. 4-Star Rentals, 294-7171. That's 294-7171. Remember, Colonel Ollie North never lies.
Historic Pepe's Cafe in Key West, founded in 1909, still does things the old way. Diachronic, if you will. How about fresh squeezed juices? Think how good that margarita or Greyhound will taste. Blue Point oysters shucked to order because oysters work better that way. Fresh breads and outstanding specials in an eatery that opened the same year Ole Evinrude invented the first outboard motor. And get a jump on someone's birthday and check out our retail offerings for some great gift ideas. Pepe's Cafe, Old Town Key West, of course.
This is Good Morning Keys on Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5.
And good morning, Keys. It is Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5. The Talk of the Keys, a busy Monday morning. It is 86 degrees on our way to 92 and a 20% chance of rain. However, that will increase to 60% chance of rain by Wednesday and, Thursday, 50% chance of rain. So we could have some showers coming our way. We're going to say good morning to Pastor Douglas Laws with the Keys Vineyard Church. Good morning to you, Pastor. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing quite well and excited to be here. Thank you for having me today.
Yes, thanks so much for being here. And of course, you and your father, Pastor Steve, are no strangers to media and podcasting. You do a number of different presentations online, and keysvineyard.com is where you can find out more about that. You also do so much in our community throughout the Keys as far as outreach goes. People may have seen the food truck at a number of different events here and there, which really is, I can only imagine, is a great way to mission and outreach to others.
It's really just so awesome. You know, the Pastor Fran leads the food truck, and right now he's going to our local Winn-Dixie most Wednesdays from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. And I got to go when we went to the Big Pine Academy, and we gave out ice creams while they were doing their end of school year celebration, and it's so much fun. And there's nothing better than free ice cream, free iced coffees. I got to make an iced coffee float, which I thought was a really cool idea. You don't see that everywhere. So that's something our food truck has. And, just as a church, being invited to schools or functions or, anything that's going on is just an awesome opportunity. And we're so thankful to be able to bless our community there as well. And it's awesome. But
it is.
check it
And
out whenever
I was
you
going to
see
say,
us.
Pastor, the iced coffee float is not your first idea. I've heard you talk about many ideas that you've tried and maybe failed, maybe succeeded, but more to come, I'm sure.
Oh yeah. It's a great science experiment, the food truck. So
Yes.
Pastor to cook something up for us all.
Indeed. Well, again, it is Pastor Douglas Laws with the Keys Vineyard Church on Good Morning Keys, helping people follow Jesus every day is part of the calling there. And part of outreach is Family Fun Night. We've got one coming up. We wanted to take a moment to highlight that. It happens this Wednesday, August 5th, 5:30 to 7:30, free Family Fun Night at Keys Vineyard Church. Bring the family, enjoy hot dogs, potato chips, ice cream. There it is from the food truck, carnival games in the auditorium. So let's talk about what people can expect and the purpose of Family Fun Night.
Yeah. So you'll come in and, that event started a few years ago. I was doing a birthday party for my son at the time, and we had access to our own inflatables. And one of the families we invited said, "Wow, it looks like Chuck E. Cheese is in here." And, I grew up in the Keys and we didn't have one of those. And it's probably, it is what it is now. I'm not going to say anything regarding Chuck E. Cheese's or not, but it's a fun place for kids. And so the thought was, hey, can we do something kind of similar with what we have? So, we've been doing this event for a few years. It's so much fun. It's an air-conditioned event for the kids. And, we're excited about this one. We have some new carnival games we found. And, the goal was for it to be like a little less loud because the inflatables we had previously were so loud. And, like you couldn't hear yourself think almost in the room. And they were a lot of fun and you're bouncing around. But these will be quieter. And I think they're just as much fun, too. We have one where you can throw axes. There's a tic-tac-toe one, which I think people will need to learn how to play. You're supposed to throw the discs onto tic-tac-toe for it to stick, because otherwise, it's kind of simple to just place it where you want. The whole thing is throwing it. But there will be those. There's some other carnival games. There's some knockdowns. I think we have one where you throw an object at a clown, which is always fun, an inflatable clown. We have some other practical games and stuff as well. And we're going to try something new at this Family Fun Night where we have a little show segment. So we're going to have some of the characters that we had in our vacation Bible school will be throughout the building. And, we might bring some folks up for some trivia rounds. We'll do some of the songs we did at VBS together. And, it's just kind of cool connecting those events throughout. So if you keep joining us at Keys Vineyard, you'll see things you recognize, and getting to incorporate it all into the evening is going to be really fun. So, we'll also have the food truck there as well. We have hot dogs. So, you don't have to worry about dinner that evening. If you don't like hot dogs, I don't know what to tell you. We should have some ice cream out there too. We might have some coffee going on, but it's going to be a lot of fun. And yeah, I think everybody should join us. It's going to be a great evening.
Keys Vineyard Church, it's Family Fun Night this Wednesday, right in Big Pine at Keys Vineyard Church. And it is a terrific event. It's free for the entire family. It's, a great chance to get the community together. And it's not a high pressure event where people are going to expect anything from you or push anything on you other than bringing the community and families together for this free event, plus giving away free backpacks and school supplies, is my understanding.
Yes. Thank you for reminding me of that. We've got all sorts of backpacks, school supplies. Everybody's welcome to them. You don't have to sign up for anything. You just, here you go. Here's backpack, some school supplies, and we're happy to give those away and thankful for the opportunity to do so. So yeah, bring any kids, invite any kids you can think of. We got plenty, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, and for those who do like to be around kids but give them back to parents, you're looking for volunteers as well.
Yes, yeah, it's not too late. We can take volunteers. You can sign up on our website and the app as well. And every service, there's a video where we do our announcements, and I always end with download our app. You need it. So I'll plug it here again too, because that's my calling card. Is the KVC app you can have, and it's a great place to watch our services. You can get all the information about what we're doing. As long as we stay up to date posting it, which we do. And, but yeah, it's great to have. So, and you can listen to our podcasts on there as well, if you'd like. We have 2 that I think are pretty cool.
And mention those, the titles of the podcast too, please.
Yes. So on the app, you can find 2 podcasts. We do a Church Encourager podcast, and that's where my father, Pastor Steve, and we will go over the previous weekend's sermon. And I think it's helpful just as a recap throughout your week as you're studying in your own time. It's a 20-minute podcast. It's really easy to just kind of listen to on the drive to work. And what's better than listening to me and my dad talk for 20 minutes, So you can listen to that. It's great. And then Thursdays, we have our Online Bible Institute podcast. And that's where we're actually going to look ahead to the upcoming sermon. So you can get a sneak peek on Thursdays. You can recap on Tuesdays. And Thursdays are cool. We have our good friend, Pastor Tanko Brain from our Cameroon Bible Institute that we've launched. He's on that podcast as well. And he gives us, a different perspective from another part of the world. And, he's doing the church stuff and doing a great job over there. And, that Bible Institute our church has started really has an impact all over the world. And it started from here in the Florida Keys with our local community supporting it. And that's another fantastic thing our church does. That Online Bible Institute is completely free for people to participate in. And we have degrees you can get. You can get an associate's degree or a bachelor's degree in ministry. So if you're interested in some Bible study, that is a great resource to check out. And you can find more information for that on our app as well.
Yes, indeed. You can go to keysvineyard.com online for all of these resources. And more than 40 years ago, it's just a handful of people launching Keys Vineyard Church with the dream of seeing people experience the love of God and the life-changing power of Jesus Christ. And your father and your mom and your whole family has done just that by bringing together a huge church family here that does so much good in our community and helping people follow Jesus every day. A number of different services that you can take in person or online. And I just want to take a moment to say that the talent that your worship team and the music that you put together, when of course combined with the sermon and the message, but the music is just breathtaking in my opinion. And that is something that needs to be experienced as well. So you and your wife and your worship team are to be commended to that. I can't overstate that enough.
Well, thank you, Michael. You're so kind to say that, and always appreciate the encouragement. And I'm just thankful to be a part of the worship team. We have an awesome group of folks who devote their time to it. And how in our church, I don't want to think of it as just a band who's listened to. It's an active thing where we're all part of it. The congregation's singing along. It's worship, so it's something different than just a performance. It's, hey, let's sing these together, and let's all make a joyous sound together. So yeah, you can be in the band. You might not be on the stage all the time, but you can definitely sing with us every weekend at church. We're there Saturdays at 7 p.m. and Sunday mornings at 8 a.m., 9:30, and 11 a.m. And they're all a lot of fun.
Yep. And you can revisit the worship service and the worship team and the like on YouTube, I believe, as well. So.
Yeah, we live stream every service, and YouTube is probably the easiest to watch, I'd say. And, I'll just have a technical brag because I do a lot of the computer stuff. YouTube, you can watch it in 4K. Which we're very happy with. So, but you can also watch the services on Facebook as well as our app that I have plugged several times, and we'll plug again. But yeah, it's just Keys Vineyard Church on YouTube. We have a little over 1,000 subscribers on there, and check that out. And yeah, our services are there, and listen to them, see what you think, and yeah.
Absolutely. Well, again, terrific what you do in our community and worldwide as well. Family Fun Night, though, we want to do one final plug for that. That is coming up Wednesday night, 5:30 at Keys Vineyard Church in Big Pine. Volunteers are still needed. Should they reach out via the website if they're interested in helping?
Yes, that's the easiest place. That sends me an email saying, hey, I can be there. And, I may or may not contact you back. But yeah, if you show up, we'll find a spot for you. So,
and we'll find a hot dog and some.
Yes, and then probably a snow cone too.
All right. Very good. Well, Pastor Doug, anything else we should mention before we let you go? We'll look forward to future visits with you.
Yeah, Michael, thank you so much for letting me come on and talk about church. And yeah, I could talk about our church for hours, but I'm sure you've got some other fantastic guests to see. But anyway, thank you so much and everything you're doing for our community as well. God bless you.
Oh, God bless you and your entire family and the church family. Thank you, sir, very much. And pray for those and your neighbors around you, as we say. Too. So, yes.
Exactly. Do that every service. Yes.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Pastor. We'll talk soon. Good luck
right.
with Family Fun Night.
Thank you. See you there.
Bye now. This is Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5, the talk of the Keys. And it is time to join Glenn Beck.